What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. So we have another video, you guys. This video I found to be absolutely amazing. It is from the Straight Out of Context YouTube channel. And this young lady kind of gives a breakdown as to why she left and this is her phrasing on the title of her video, why she left the cult of Candace Owens. So it's rare to see these types of videos pop up, especially with Candace having such a large following. But it is refreshing nonetheless to see people that are opening their eyes to the truth. I'm the type of person where I have to have facts and evidence and documentation. I don't dive into the world of conspiracies because it could take you to a place where you get lost in the melee and you lose yourself and sense of all reality, right? So before we get into the video, I will not watch the whole thing. I want to link the video for you guys to check it out and to give Straight Out of Context a like and thumbs up and support on her channel. But for what I'm about to show blew my mind. So as you can see from the title, that's what we're going to be covering heavily in this video here. So make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. Also consider becoming a member, as well as please share this content out. I don't care if you put it on Facebook or Instagram or X, just share it out. Let's get views up on this. This is information people definitely need to know. A lot of times as content creators, we don't really think about people like me who just enjoy doing the content, how much, is the videos as far as the revenue generating. I just put out great content based on what my audience wants to see and hear and know about, and just try to stick with trending topics and expose con artists and scammers like Umar Johnson, and debunk lies that Candace does tell, and her conspiracies is just out of control at this point. So those are the things I kind of focus on, and then just reporting and researching on information dealing with courts, legal documents, lawsuits, those types of things. So, whether I get 100 views or 1,000 views, I put out the information because I just believe that the information needs to be put out and shared amongst the public. But Candace is making a killing right now off of the death of what's supposed to be her best friend and little brother. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button and sharing the content and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. I could personally say I don't aspire to be like Candace, because there's no way I'm going to dive into conspiracy theories and just have to find a new lie to cover up another lie, or put myself in a position to end up being sued by a whole world leader in another country. Like, that's not a life that people should want to aspire after. I would rather have peace of mind and hit 30,000 subscribers and be able to, maybe generate enough revenue where I can bring in a couple $1,000s a month. I mean, but all money is not good money. So I'm glad that this young lady did this video. So we're going to get to it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit the like button. It keeps the videos in the algorithm. I would love to get thousands of views on this video here. But like, as always, just share the content and get the word out there, because this is something Candace will never tell people. She will not tell people how much she's making on her YouTube videos, especially when she's covering something so sensitive as what's supposed to be her alleged best friend / big little brother's death that we all witnessed on national television. So let's get to it. And I won't play the whole thing, but I'll just touch on parts of it.
Weekend cliffhanger. I need to get that information out as soon as possible. Obviously, you can probably see that I received some information, a communication, which answered a lot of questions that the public has had about the story, or rather the non-story that we are getting from the feds. The push that Tyler Robinson is this lone shooter, which they're trying to establish as a fact. Some of the burning questions that we had. Okay, well, if he turned himself in, how did he also not confess? I now have the answers to that. The main point, the reason why this information came to me, is because there's a narrative being spun right now by the media that Tyler Robinson is or was suicidal. That is not true, and that's a very scary thing when suddenly they're saying he's suicidal, and he's in solitary, and he's not suicidal. So that was the reason why this information urgently came to me. Obviously, I know a lot more, and I'm going to share it with you guys on Monday. I just want
How is she sure that he's not suicidal unless she's a psychiatrist or psychologist? Has Candace evaluated this young man? Did she go and sit down while he was evaluated by a psychiatrist or psychologist? How would she know that for sure? Like with documentation and evidence to support it.
To vet some of the things that I heard, ask some more questions from people that would know, and just to make sure everything I say is above board. And obviously this lead led to more leads, and I want to give people a chance to respond. This is crazy. Nothing more that I can say. This is very serious. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that what we are being told has gone on is just not so. And yeah, this is really kind of going to begin, I think, to answer a lot of questions and many more questions that need to be asked. So just want to let you know that what they're telling us about him being suicidal is not true.
I was a fan of Candace Owens for the last 3 years consistently, and I've watched every one of her independent episodes until September 11th happened. She does a memorial video tribute to her friend Charlie Kirk, but she does a subsequent 9 more videos on the investigation into Tyler James Robinson, the person who is responsible for assassinating Charlie Kirk. And I can get into every single little semantic because I have watched every single one of them. And once my eyes opened, my eyes opened. Candace Owens is a right-wing American conservative commentator. She did work with the Daily Wire until she lost her job because there was differences in her opinion on Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, Zionists, and Jewish Americans. Okay. She was let go. She was unable to monetize on YouTube for close to a year, but she then goes independent. Up until that point, Candace Owens herself was a mainstream media figurehead. She was everywhere. She was being promoted everywhere. She was doing speaking engagements everywhere. She was all over YouTube on multiple different channels, including her content with the Daily Wire. She is married to a man from the UK named George Farmer, and he is worth over $250 million. Candace Owens herself is worth over $6 million, and she's projected to make over 7 figures just in her last 9 videos off of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, this only includes the first 5 videos out of 9 that she has done last week and this past week.
If you guys see the amounts over here in the green is what she's projected to earn from what I'm seeing. Yep. So you see like the numbers here in this column is like her number of subs. And then this is the plus dollars in green. That is the amount of money, revenue she's generated. That is insane. Oh my God. If I could just get to $2,000 a month on here, I would be very happy. I mean, we always strive for more, but good grief. I can't see myself monopolizing off of the death of someone that I call a friend and a brother. This is insane, Candace. And this is the type of money she was making from lying about Brigitte Macron as well. That 8-part series, the merchandise, the t-shirts and Time Magazine, Man of the Year, all of the mockery she did to Brigitte Macron. She's still lying about Macron being born a man when they're set to present scientific evidence that she said, they're lying about because they haven't done it already, which is stupid as hell. I'm so glad that this young lady is doing this video here because I feel that it's very important. Let's get back to it. All of that
about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, not including her first tribute video, which is 10 total. After her first week and her first 5 videos, she's projected to make over 7 figures off of her website hits, memberships and subscriptions, merchandise sales, live gifts as it's streaming live, and then the ad revenue plus the promotions and sponsorships on each video. The last 10 videos alone are allegedly making her close to $2 million, and they're all about the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Wow.
Now, I wouldn't go this far, putting her text messages with her and Charlie Kirk behind a paywall, or even things like this. But the thing that really opened my eyes is this right here.
The indictment.
Of course, she's going through all the legal loopholes of not committing defamation by saying anybody's specific name. She does the whole they, them game, which allows her to throw every single conspiracy theory, lie, and BS made up story to the wall just to see what sticks, because she's not actually defaming anybody, but she is making you think that she is saying particular names when she comes across other things and lumps them into one video, like the thing with the Hamptons and Bill Ackman and talking about FBI Director Kash Patel. talking about Jewish American donors, talking about the nonprofit.
I will say this. I've watched many court hearings where even if you don't say a specific name, but you're targeting a specific group of individuals, if the average reasonable person can determine that based on what you're saying, you are inferring someone or inferring a group of individuals, that the court would accept that to be a matter of a fact that you're talking about those particular people, because it would be hard to deny what the general masses could infer when you say, something along the lines of, why is the prime minister saying this twice, that he did not kill someone? No one said he killed someone. So why does he need to say that twice? And yet they want you to believe that they had nothing to do with it. You see how that goes? She starts out with someone specific and then goes into this they and we type of scenario. But the names that she's used preceding that more than likely is a continuation of who she's talking to. So it can be inferred by an average reasonable person. She's still talking about the Israeli prime minister and Jewish community. That's what's so dangerous about what she does. And then she wants to go to court and pretend like she doesn't know what's happening and then lie about filing a motion to dismiss. Candace, you lied about that. You won't even apologize to your own supporters for lying to them, saying that you would not seek a dismissal on Tucker Carlson's show. And then you turn around and not only get a dismissal filed, but you had to get an extension granted for the term and page limit. You lied, Candace.
Turning Point USA, talking about Israel's prime minister, elected prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, aka Bibi Netanyahu. Law enforcement lie. They're all corrupt. They're all bad. That's what she is constantly going on. But Utah law enforcement conducted their investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and his private friend, Kash Patel, who is now the FBI director, flew all the way there. And of course, the FBI worked alongside the Utah law enforcement to catch the person that is responsible for taking the life of Charlie Kirk. He not only had a private friendship with Kash Patel, he also had a business relationship with him. And she does say multiple times that the feds are corrupt, that they're lying, that this is a cover-up, that they're not telling the truth, that she demands answers to her questions. She demands full video footage and evidence. And that's just not the reality. People don't understand that in order to bring this person to trial appropriately, they're not going to release all of their forensic and circumstantial evidence. That's going to be held for a jury to specifically see.
Yes.
Otherwise, what that's going to do is possibly taint and bias a jury pool, and it could get his assassin off.
Yes.
By either a mistrial, an acquittal, or a hung jury.
Thank you so much for saying that. I have been saying that in videos. And Candace is ignoring the fact that, no, you know what it is? Candace doesn't know how court works. So if you taint the audience, taint the jury, if you taint the jury with the exhibit and the evidence being released out to the public, you can end up with a hung jury. Because how easy would it be to get 12 members of your peers to not know what's been released out to the public on a very large platform of someone who has a lot of influence and a very wide reach like Candace Owens? Most things she does makes headlines in the news. We're definitely talking about it on YouTube. So why taint the investigation? Candace, if you don't know who did it for sure, with documentation and evidence, then leave it alone. Let's bless God for the fact that you're not a licensed investigator and that you don't know what you're really doing, and hope that you step aside and let the FBI do what they need to do. You don't have to trust them. But right now, you don't have any valuable evidence that would be irrefutable to present to the FBI to say, no, Tyler Robertson is actually innocent. This is the person that's guilty. You don't have that evidence. So right now, they're going on what they have as far as evidence to prove that he did it. If it's a cover-up, they produce the evidence to show that it's a cover-up. It's that simple. I'm so glad she said
Why
this.
would Candace Owens want that if she was a
man.
true friend to Charlie Kirk? Why would she want his assassin to go free?
Thank you.
Why would she even want to taint that or entertain that possibility? What she is doing is fear mongering. It is the action of deliberately arousing public fear or alarm about a particular issue.
Oh, so
and when
good.
she started making insinuations that Utah has a beehive, a hexagonal beehive on their flag, and that she saw some underground Reddit page that had to do with bees, and it wasn't really bees, but it was bees, meaning alluding to something else like trafficking or child SA or child trafficking.
Yeah, you know, because honeybees be making honey and all that good stuff. You know, bees, buzz, buzz, buzz.
Alluding to the fact that this person probably didn't do it, and it's all a big cover up. Utah law enforcement are all corrupt and lying, and so is the FBI. She even says it. Fear-mongering is scaremongering, is alarmism. So what is the motivation and the tactic behind Candace Owens doing this? Monetization for herself, preying on psychological biases. You ever wonder why she's so obsessed with psychiatry, with the CIA experiments into mind control?
Girl, you better say
MK Ultra, why she's so obsessed with Sigmund Freud and all of these books about psychiatry? Because she's using psychiatry to play in your face. And I'm going to show you exactly how she does it, because once I've seen it, I've seen it. The dangers and ethical concerns. Using compelling narratives, conspiracy theories, storytelling, captivating stories, mystery, danger, hidden truths, similar to detective novels or scary movies, are very effective in capturing people's attention. She's seen an over 500% increase in viewership and live watchers from her normal standard audience in all of the Charlie Kirk assassination videos, all 10 of them in the last.
And let's not forget the Brigitte Macron series, the 8-part series, the books, the t-shirts, the hat, the paraphernalia, plus the mockery of the CIA stuff. You know, one good complaint from the CIA, and then it'll definitely have her regretting ever sitting here weaponizing, you know, what she thinks is free will and free speech with no regard for the agencies or the individuals involved. There is no way Erica Kirk agrees with all that Candace is doing right now. She's overstepping her authority over there at Turning Point USA. She has employees going to her, Candace has employees coming to her, giving her information. And now she's acting as if she runs Turning Point. You can't make this up.
2 weeks. She's not going to stop, but it's not because of truth. What she's doing is further fueling mistrust in institutions, driving radicalization and violence, normalizing fringe ideas by creating content around fringe ideas. It gives the audience a false sense of legitimacy and belonging, exploiting vulnerabilities and monopolizing public discourse. That is how you psychologically manipulate people, and that is a cult. Now, how can one further drive this kind of content? Through investigative documentaries, ethical journalism practices, accurate and factual presentation. If you're a fan of hers, I'm going to give you this one opportunity. Show me, email me one piece of real forensic, circumstantial, whether it be email, text message, proof to any of her conspiracy theories being at all founded or plausible.
Start with the Brigitte Macron being born a man. Where is the scientific evidence and proof that Brigitte Macron was born a man? Because when Brigitte Macron comes to court and she proves scientifically that she's a woman, Candace Owens is screwed. And I hope that the Macrons get all the money from her. All of the money she earned from those sales, from the hats and the t-shirts and all that crap. I hope they force her to pay up all that money to them. I want irrefutable scientific evidence to show that Brigitte Macron was born a man, Candace Owens. Because you know you don't have it.
Because I've done my research since September 10th. And guess what? Every single one of them are open-ended with no conclusion.
Yes.
That's how conspiracy theories and lies work.
Yep.
If it's not true and it didn't happen and it didn't take place, it's very hard to prove that it didn't happen and it didn't take place because it just didn't. But this is the difference between a regular theory. A regular theory, you will have plausible evidence to suggest why you have come up with this theory, why you believe that it's plausible or true. Conspiracy theories play on your psychiatry, on your bias. It plays on your fear and your paranoia already.
Yep.
It not only lives, survives, but thrives off of that negativity. of mistrust, misuse, and lies, things that aren't true and did not actually happen.
Yep.
Reporting on diverse viewpoints. She doesn't do that. But accurate and factual presentation. She mixes her conspiracy theories with her own personal hatred and bias for Jewish people, for Zionists, for Benjamin Netanyahu, for Israel, for their war actions. And she mixes that with things that are true and factual, like the fact that Charlie Kirk was running Turning Point USA, and he truly does have donors. That's true. Yes. So you automatically see these little bits of truth that
she called for the donors to be investigated. That would be a call for Erica Kirk to make, not Candace Owens. Erica Kirk can make that call. That's it.
Is speaking about on other people or other things or other nonprofits, other speeches, other things that they might have said or done. And she uses that to say, see, look, now everything I'm saying subsequent or before this, all is lumped in with this truth. Once you see it, once you watch all of her content from beginning to end, once you see it, you will see it. It's no wonder why people think she is a psyop, because she's either a narcissist and a complete sociopath.
She's a narcissist.
Or she really is a psyop, meaning that she allegedly is being paid by some foreign entity or domestic entity to purposely put out this kind of content to further cause more fear, division in the conservative movement. Also, notice how she went from pushing everybody to vote for Trump and then to vote for Trump again. And now she does not support Trump or his administration at all, because she now believes that he is being funded and backed by Zionists, which AKA to her, in her mind, means that America and the president is being controlled by Zionists. Therefore, America is currently being controlled by Zionists. And of course, we know she doesn't focus on solutions, because every single one of her content, since she has all of her conspiracy theories and investigations, since she's gone independent, even though she's still a mainstream media figurehead and she's in the 1% elite herself.
Wow.
She doesn't focus on this because this part here will not further drive the conspiracy theory further down the line for more videos on it. So she leaves them all unfinished, no conclusion, open-ended. And that's a problem, because Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, we know that there was many different investigations into Jeffrey Epstein, but Jeffrey Epstein, it's done and over with because he's no longer alive. Therefore, there is no conclusion. Her entire investigative series into Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein may have had his New York case overturned, but he hasn't had the other ones overturned, and he's still sitting behind bars today.
Right.
So her investigations are not really investigations. What she's doing is already taking with the dirty lying. Remember, they're dirty. Remember, they're corrupt. They're all bad. The feds, law enforcement, she takes what they've already done. Their hard work, their due diligence, their cases, their case files, their evidence, even the person that's responsible takes that and does her own investigation with it's a circle. It's circular. The whole while she's making you think that she's deep diving into this investigation because she's going to prove that there is law enforcement and federal agent corruption, but she never does that.
And the worst part is that she goes under the guise of this investigative journalism angle and eschews the line between the journalism part and then straight into investigation or just being an investigator. She's not licensed or certified to be an investigator. And until her audience starts to tell her, like, listen, you can't go that far into what you consider investigations because you're not a licensed, certified investigator. You do not work with law enforcement or anything like that. The most she could do is just hand over any evidence or information she has to the FBI or the Department of Justice or to the local law enforcement. That is the most she should be doing, and she should want to do that. If we're America first, you don't like how our FBI, the Department of Justice, is being ran, why don't you go and advocate for qualified people to be put in those roles that can restore the faith of the American people? Until then, you do not have a full-blown pass to obstruct in their investigations either. And sit here and tell someone, no, we don't like the feds. Don't send that evidence to them. All you're doing is interfering and obstructing with the actual investigation. And just like this absolutely intelligent young lady said, you're going to end up causing this investigation, this case, to end up being a hung jury. And I'm saying she's a narcissist because she doesn't care. Just like she keeps lying about the Macrons and lying about Brigitte Macron being born a man. She's still saying it, even with a lawsuit on file with the court and having done a motion to dismiss with an opening brief. Something she said she would not file. So she's still lying about it. She doesn't care. You know, but this is what we are. This is what we are. So I'm just going to play that portion and end it there. I hope you guys check out this content creator did a fantastic job of giving a breakdown on this. And I just wanted to kind of focus in on the money, the amount of money Candace Owens is about to make from these videos is going to be absolutely insane. Madness. And I'm sitting here like, y'all, please just hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get to 30,000 subs. Make sure you check the description of the video as well for ways to purchase Dr. Squatch products. Send them out to your friends, your family members. They will make great stocking stuffers for the holiday. I do get a commission, a percentage of the sales through commission for the products that are sold and purchased through what is tagged. So you got to, select the products that's tagged and then buy those. And I just appreciate all of your support. I need a new spotlight for my little studio here for the $400 studio. So ways to contribute and donate to the channel. Cash App and Zelle will be in the description as well. And as always, a super goes a long way. But what I really want the most is to have the channel grow in a positive direction. I would love by the end of the year to close out with 40, even 50,000 subscribers. I mean, prayer works and God performs miracles every day. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you check the description for Out of Context's YouTube channel here. The link will be in the description. And until the next one, Lady Luck out. Deuces.